Do you know that 90% of the millionaires have been created by investing in real estate? It's not stock, but it's real estate. Let me tell you that you can build a 50 million real estate empire easily within 30 years. I don't want to say it's 500 million because you would not believe me, but it's possible if you go into commercial real estate and keep building and expanding your leverage. Today in this video I will teach you some basics which will get you at least 50 million within 30 years if you repeat this process again and again. By the way, I'm also on Discord. If you want to get in touch with me, click on the Discord link below in the description. But first, welcome to High School Dropouts Advice. If you need subtitles, please click on the subtitle button. This is the second part of my real estate series. In the first series, I taught you how to buy rental real estate with little to no money. I will link the video up here and in the description below. Today, I want to teach you what you should do when you have some money. With some money, I mean you have 20 to 80% of a down payment of the house you like, or you have 25 to 100,000 to invest. I will teach you what you should do with that money to get the most out of your situation. I will also recommend you not buying a too expensive car or finance a car in general. I prefer to save the money to buy a car for 5,000, use the bicycle or the bus. I will explain to you why buying a car is a wealth killer. Then I will also teach you that buying a house for yourself is a wealth killer too. I will teach you what you should do with the money first and then later buy your dream property. It might take you 3 to 5 years longer to get into your dream property, but then it will be someone else who will pay for your dream property. Many of us like to use the first 20% or whatever we have saved up for ourselves. If you are someone who is preparing to buy a home for yourself, or the first thing you would do when you have money is buying a home for yourself, then please listen to this part. We like to buy our dream home. We want to move out from our parents. We like to upgrade from our apartment and move into a house. You might think that our rent is high because we pay an amount that is more or equal to finance a home. Let me show you that buying a home for yourself is nice and sounds logical if you pay the same for rent. But let me show you that it blocks you from building wealth in the long run. First, let me teach you with an example so you can calculate what you can afford. Let's say you are about to buy your first home and you make around 45,000 a year. This would be $3,750 per month. Let's say you are renting a place that costs you $1,200 per month. Then you would have a car loan of $450. Then you have $5,000 in credit card debts and a student loan, and you pay $250 in total for the credit card debts and the student loan. So your debt is $700. When your debts are $700 and you get $3,750 per month, your debt to income ratio will be 700 divided by 3,750 is 0.186. This would be 18.6%. You are allowed to have a max DTI, also known as debt to income ratio, of 43%. So you use the max amount of 43%, take off 18.6%, and you end up having 24.4%. This means you can use 24.4% of your 3,750 for a house mortgage, which would be $915. If you wouldn't have any debt, you can have up to 43% of your income as a mortgage, which would be $3,750 multiplied by 43% is 1,612. So let us see what 915 can afford us. With 915 usable for a loan, you can buy a house up to $201,300. Now let us have a look what would happen if you have 0% debt. You would be allowed to buy a house up to $354,500 with your income of $3,750. I know many can't start life after college with 0% debt, but I want you to be mindful when you use your credit card or when you buy a car. It's very easy to waste your valuable DTI on a car. If you buy a decent car for $22,100, you will pay a monthly payment of $417 per month with a 5% interest. You think you can afford it and buy this car. What you don't know is that this $417 is worth $91,800 in a mortgage for a property. With that loan, you could have bought this property in Wichita, Kansas. Do you see that the rent would be $895 per month? The whole property costs you with property management, tax and insurance around $700 per month. This means that you will put $295 in your pocket every month. You will also enjoy appreciation, loan amortization and a tax shelter. So you would make around $700 in total per month from all those sources. So understand that buying a car costs you the opportunity to build wealth. Would you instead purchase the car first and lose the chance to buy this investment home? Or do you want to buy this property first and having $700 for free every month and then buy your car, which costs you $417 and have $283 left? I think you would prefer the second option. Let someone pay for your consumption. I always try to teach you how other people should pay for your consumption. Now you understand that a simple car mortgage can cost you making $700 per month. Now, what would happen if you buy a house for yourself? Let me show you the scenario. Assuming you live in Texas, where homes are affordable and you are good with money. You have no debts, you have spent a couple of years to save up $60,000. Because you heard you need a 20% down payment, you have found your special one and you want to buy your dream house. You are pre-approved for $354,500. Now let us have a look at what you can buy for this money. I have to admit that this house looks very awesome. 3,180 square feet, lovely upgraded home, gigantic backyard, 2-car garage with 4 bedroom and 4 bathroom, nice upgraded wooden floor and even a small cinema. I totally agree with you that this is a nice home to live in, but let me show you how you can use the $60,000 and your pre-approval for amount of $354,000. Now look at this property. Okay, it does not look as good as the other one, but I don't want you to live in this property. I only want you to understand the plan I have for you and you decide what you want to do. My plan in this situation would be buying 2 of these properties. You are allowed to put 15% down. This would be $21,750. You will buy 2 of this property. With the closing costs, you might end up with $60,000 for these 2 properties. You see that the estimate at being $1,400. This means that the rent for this property will be around $1,400 per month. Let me put all those numbers in my spreadsheet to see how much money this property will make you. So we have an income of 1400 per month. Multiplied by 12, then you will have 16,800 per year. Your property will not be occupied for the whole year because you need to find a tenant. So we can put a 3.5% vacancy allowance in, which reduce your 16,800 with a $588 allowance, putting you at a gross operating income of $16,212. This will be your income. Now let us put all the costs in here. 1,150 for the insurance, 1,200 for a property manager, and 1,100 for repair and maintenance allowance. The property tax is $2,512, as you can see from this source. This would leave you with a net operating income of $10,250 per year. Your income was $16,212 and your expenses were $5,962. We need to remember that we have a loan on the property. Let's see what your monthly payment would be. You know that the property costs $145,000. We are putting $21,750 as a down payment. We got 4.5% in interest. You might think this is on the high side, and yes, the interest rate for investment properties are higher. Putting all the numbers in, you see that you have to deduct $624.49 every month for your mortgage payment. So how much do you have left? You see that you will have $2,756 left per year. $624.49 multiplied by 12 months is $7,494. You also see that you will make more in the second and third year because you will raise your rent every year from 3 to 5%. Remember that we will have 2 of these properties, so you will get 2 times $2,756, which is $5,512. Now you think, wow, you have to spend $60,000 to make $5,512 per year. This is a 9.18% return of investment. This is about the average return of the SP 500. I'm telling you, no, this is not it. Let me show you again how the property is making money. For the ones who saw this part on my first video, I apologize for repeating this. It's essential to do that to get the total picture. I promise you, I will teach you how to leverage these 2 properties a little later. So now let us go back and talk about the appreciation. You see that the Zillow is predicting a 5.8% appreciation in this neighborhood. So you have 2 properties valued at $145,000. So in total your properties are worth $290,000. An appreciation of 5.8% means $16,820 in equity gain. You might remember that this is not all. You will also get a tax shelter with this. You remember you get 27.5 years as a factor. Your property is worth $290,000, so you divide it by 27.5 years and you get $10,545. Assuming you are in the 22% tax bracket, you will save 22% out of $10,545, which is $2,320. Now you need to know that your mortgage is not all lost. Some of the money is your principal. This is called loan amortization. Paying the principal will increase your equity in your house and will lower your debt. So you will see that your tenant will have paid $1,988 for you. Now let us add all the numbers together. $5,512 from the cash flow plus $16,820 from the appreciation plus $2,320 from the tax savings and plus the $1,988 from the loan amortization. This is $26,640. This would translate to a 44.4% return of investment. We can agree that this beats many stocks, and it will go bigger next year because we have a compounding appreciation, rent increases, and increasing principals. Now let me teach you how you leverage it. If you wait 3 years, your appreciation will look like this per property. 145,000 multiplied by 1.058 multiplied by 1.058 multiplied by 1.058 because it's 3 years. So you end up with a property having a value of $171,721. Now you are selling it. You will owe the bank $117,006. So you have to pay this first. $171,721 minus $117,006 is $54,715. After 3 years, you have $54,715 made per property. So in total, you made $109,430. If you have saved up the rent, you would have over $120,000. This means you can restart this process and buy 4 properties. And after another 3 years, you can buy 8 properties. And another 3 years, you can buy 16. I know that there are not many out there who can wait 6 years or more to buy their dream home. Let's say you wait 3 years and you keep renting and have 4 rental properties, which will generate an additional $11,024 per year. You remember the $2,756 from the passive cash flow from the rent, right? I multiplied it by 4 and you get $11,024. Now, after waiting 3 years, you have 4 rental properties. You make the same $45,000 a year or $3,750 per month, but now you have an additional $11,024 per year, which is $918 more per month. This means you can afford a $550,000 home. If you buy the same dream house from the example earlier, you remember that your monthly payment was $1,612. Now you have your renters paying $918 out of the $1,612. It sounds like it's only half, but remember, because you only need to pay like $706 out of pocket, your DTI will not be so high and you will qualify for buying more rental properties. If you would wait 6 years, you can live in your dream house for free. This is not calculating the bonuses you would get from appreciation, tax shelter and loan amortization. I really want to show you that when you focus on building additional income streams, that you can limit your own work. With a little sacrifice and a little patience, you can make other people pay for your expenses, and they are paying your lifelong living expense, so you can live for free. It only took you another 3 years of patience. I have said in my last video that a car and a house for yourself is a liability, and a liability is a wealth killer. Try to buy less liabilities but more assets. Assets are everything that makes you money and will increase in value. So stocks, rental, real estate properties, cryptocurrency, collectibles like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh cards, some luxury watches like Rolex or Omega, and liabilities would be like TVs, mobile phones, vacations, 99% of all cars, your home, and everything that is not making money. I'm not saying that you should never enjoy and buy a Ferrari and $1 million home. I'm saying that you should wait a little more even when you can afford to buy it. But build the base and the passive income stream for it first before you buy it. As I always said, you want others to pay for your Ferrari and $1,000,000 home. You don't want to go to work to be able to pay for it. You want other people to pay for it. If you know my channel, you know I'm a long-term investor. I'm the same with my liabilities. I love living in a nice dream house, but you would be surprised about the property I live in. I live in a property that is 1/3 to 1/4 of what I can afford. The reason is I'm still expanding my foundation. I'm still leveraging all my investment to make me more, and I will live in a $1 to $2 million home soon. But I want to get in without me paying for it. Let me teach you how to do that. Let's say you live in a 300,000 property and have a couple of properties paying for your mortgage of the 300,000 property, like I taught you in this video. The rent will naturally increase, so at one point you can rent out your 300,000 property and live in a 500,000 property. When you have a mortgage on it, the former property for 300,000 will be covered by its own rent. If you don't have a mortgage, I recommend you to cash out refinance, take the money out and invest it to make it work. When you live in the 500,000 property, it will only take you a couple of years. Then you can upgrade to a 800,000 property. The rent and the other properties will be able to pay for the 800,000 property. Everything is growing. I showed you your rental properties would double every 3 years. This is like a pyramid with the most valuable house on the top, the house you live in, and the lower valued house is pushing you higher and higher. The funny thing is that it makes sense from a financial standpoint for you to move out of your house, because your house would make more money when it's rented out. So it's forcing you out of your home and you need to find another property to live in until it makes sense for you to leave again. So this game can be done without an end. So you can imagine how wealthy you can become just by real estate. I have simplified a couple of things in this video, but the overall techniques and principles remain the same. Overall, I can tell you that real estate is the wealth builder #1. You remember, real estate is responsible for 90% of the world's millionaires. It's also the easiest because the mistakes you can make are minimal. While investing in stocks, there are plenty of traps. Real estate always sounds more complicated than it is. All those real estate investors want to make it sound difficult to keep everyone out. The beauty of real estate, you learn it one time and then it's copy-paste to generate wealth. In stock investing is always a hunt and research for a potential stock. In real estate, it's very certain what will happen, so it's very predictable. I will always recommend my loved ones to invest in real estate, stocks, cryptocurrencies, and other areas. The more income stream, the better, because each income stream has its own strength, weaknesses, and own cycle. In the next video, I will teach you how to get a property for free or even get paid for owning one. You heard right, a property for free or getting paid. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm also on Discord where you can get in touch with me directly. The link is down below in the description. Anyways, for legal reasons, let me tell you that I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on YouTube. Please remember, do your own due diligence and hire a financial advisor if necessary. Please like, share, and subscribe to my video when you don't want to miss out on any stock information and investment opportunity. Thank you so much and see you hopefully in the next video. Thank you. Bye.